clearly these are now underwater. They may always have been underwater, or they may have been man-made and above water at some point, but when the Ice Age ended and the levels of the sea rose, then they would have been submerged.
The age of the stones is unclear, but they appear to be artificially cut with exceptional precision. If man-made, who could possibly have built such a structure?
The results of engineering on that site, Bimini, are just as difficult to explain as half of the other megalithic sites in the world. Very quickly, I came to believe it was a harbor site, and that perhaps it had to do with a temple site within it.
Was the Bimini Wall a sacred site? A place where prehistoric peoples once worshipped on dry land, gathering to seek harmony with the universe? Like Palenque in Mexico, Machu Picchu in Peru, and Stonehenge in England, was this once a place where people believed the cosmos and the earth to be as one? Such sites are all built in a manner suggesting sophisticated astronomical alignments with the stars and planets. Many believe their purpose was to tell the time, to plant, and to reap. But others are convinced that their purpose was more profound, an attempt to predict impending celestial collisions, impacts by meteors, or even worse. It was none other than Plato himself who first suggested a cosmological connection with the destruction of Atlantis.
The story has the fashion of a legend, but the truth of it lies in the occurrence of a shifting of the bodies in the heavens which move round the earth. Plato's Dialogues.
Could it be that a shifting of the bodies in the heavens refers to a comet or asteroid impact with the earth, triggering an earthquake and deluge that swallowed Atlantis? The type of event that may have wiped out the dinosaurs millions of years earlier? Perhaps destruction was a part of our distant past. Perhaps this underwater wall may someday tell us more about our own history. It may even reveal secrets which harken back to a distant time before history, when human beings lived in harmony with their universe in a kind of utopian paradise.
The human race is full of wish fulfillments, full of dreams. We don't like to think our existence is pointless or purposeless. So the search for utopia, I think, should be put in this larger context of human needs, the things we need to keep us going.
Aren't we also searching for a utopia? Isn't it fascinating to think of this super civilization which was destroyed? It's an ongoing fantasy. What was the past like? Was it really boring or was it exciting? And if it was exciting, how was it destroyed? And I think the Atlantis myth combines all these elements, the ring of credibility, the fantasy, and the invocation of an ideal past, a beautiful past.
Was there a time when our ancestors were closer to the earth than we are now? A time and a place when humans interacted in a kind of divine harmony? It is the myth of Atlantis that compels us to wonder.
It speaks to a need that human beings have. It speaks to us on a psychological level. What I mean by that is that we are all interested in the perfect society, in a world where people live happily and in peace, and that's the image of Atlantis. And people say, if it existed in the past, why can't we get it now?
In our time, Atlantis remains a tantalizing mystery, a place where tangible evidence competes with theory for a place in our imagination.
That's the biggest misconception, that Atlantis is simply a legend. I believe it was a real geophysical and physical environment.
As the science of archaeology and geology advance, we may one day unlock the secret of a once perfect, now lost civilization. Until then, the Mediterranean and the Atlantic beckon, evoking a fabulous myth, compelling all who seek to know that once, perhaps, somewhere in these waters, there may have been a paradise called Atlantis.